Manifesting comes so naturally and easily to kids, doesn't it? I remember when I was a child, I would assume things without even think about if it's possible, if it's not. Of course, I had no filter. And although sometimes I would have doubts, I would have fears, it was much easier to turn away from those things and stay in my imagination. After a few days, I would not have any negative thoughts anymore. I would sometimes even forget about what I wanted, and suddenly it was there. Many of you probably have your own story of manifesting as a kid. So you know how effortlessly and easily it can be to achieve something or to turn away from negative thinking. But when we grow up and we become an adult, we have all of these ideas that say the world is more complex and things are more difficult. So we start overthinking and self-sabotaging. And today, I am going to talk to you, to share with you something that you can do if your mind is still there, the overthinking, the negative thoughts, the worrying about time. It's a very easy thing that you can apply that's going to stop you from going down the rabbit hole and creating more time lag. So that's what we are talking about today. But before I get into it, hello everyone. If you're new here, my name is Al. Welcome to my channel, and let's get into today's topic. When it comes to the process of manifesting, in my case, it's almost always the same. When a desire comes up, I figure out what is it that I want. Then I outline a scene. I create a scene that implies the fulfillment of that desire. Typically, it's a conversation between me and a friend or a family member where they congratulate me or admire me for that being a fact in my life, for me having my desire in my life. And when I have that scene, I then imagine it, or I do it as an inner conversation, and I loop it over and over again until it feels natural, until I feel like I'm really having that conversation. And I repeat this process for a few days, maybe a week. When I feel saturated with that desire, then I focus solely on my self-concept. I stop doing the technique and I only take care of my foundation. What is it that I believe, that I assume, that I feel as true in that area of my life? When I stop doing the visualization, of course I think about my desire. It's very natural to do this. I think about it every now and then. But the most important thing here, the question here is, what's the quality of that thought? Is it aligned to your end? Meaning, it's not coming from the lack, from the old story, from your limiting beliefs about what you want or about yourself. When it's aligned to your desire, to your desired end, then it's a great sign that your foundation is okay. But sometimes we do have negative thoughts. We do have doubts. And it happens typically when you are working on your self-concept, or you have worked on a self-concept, but you are still in transition. Your new self-concept hasn't kicked in yet, and you are still having the thoughts that are aligned with your old self-concept. So even though you have worked on your self-concept, or you are doing it at this moment right now, you may still have thoughts from your old self, thoughts of doubt, lack, negative thinking, being impatient, worrying about time. When you know that you have done the work, it's time to calm down and understand, okay, my new self-concept is going to kick in very soon. And these thoughts, they do not belong to me anymore. In those situations, there is something that you can do to stop the lack from invading your inner world. I have been doing this for years and it's very effective. Ideally, you would do this as soon as you realize that you are thinking about your desire. But if you only notice when you are already thinking the negative thought, when you are already dwelling on it, there is no problem. First, and you can do it right now, you're going to create a statement that implies the fulfillment of your desire. And you're going to add gratitude. You're going to be thankful that this is a fact in your life. For example, you could say, I'm so grateful that my life is amazing. Thank you that I have the best boyfriend in the world. I'm so grateful for my health and what my body does for me. Thank you that money and good investment opportunities are always chasing me. So as I said, this you're going to do as soon as you think about your desire, or when you notice that you are thinking about your desire negatively, that your thoughts coming from lack. You're going to say something like, I'm so grateful that my boyfriend or my man always chooses me and I am his number one priority. I am so thankful that money is always chasing me and I get money from different sources. I'm so grateful that my life is perfect and everything is so harmonious and positive. Independently of what you are manifesting, you create your statement and it just has to imply the fulfillment of that desire. Whether you believe in it or not, whether you can feel it as true or not, just dwell on it for some time. And it can also be like 3 statements. Sometimes I had 3 statements, but it doesn't have to be. You can have one statement that capture exactly what you want in your life. Okay? So dwell on it for as long as you need, and then you move on with your day. When your new self-concept kicks in, what is going to happen is that your thoughts are going to come from that self-concept, from you being more confident, from you believing that you deserve love, that you are worthy of being chosen or of achieving whatever you want to achieve. So all of the negative thinking that's coming from the old self-concept, it's not going to be relevant. It's not going to feel true to you. You are not going to identify with them. Instead, you are likely going to look at them and be like, oh, where is that coming from? It's not about me. Okay. So do this and let me know how it works for you. That's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for being here and we are going to talk soon. Bye bye.